Discovered in the 1820s by Mexican settlers, the New Almaden mines are the oldest mines in California and were one of the most productive mercury mines in the country. Long before the arrival of the Spanish, Mexicans, and Americans, the indigenous Ohlone people had long utilized the area for its cinnabar, which they used in paint production. Before we get into this too far, let me say that you will see a watermark on many of the old photos that say History San Jose. That is a website that has these and so many more photos of everything San Jose and the surrounding areas of the South Bay. Be sure to visit historysanjose.org. New Almaden is a historic community and former mercury mine in the Capitan-Silos Hills of San Jose, located at the southwestern point of Almaden Valley in South San Jose. New Almaden is divided into two parts: the mines and much of their immediate surroundings, including historic ghost town settlements in the Capitan-Silos, which together form the Almaden Quicksilver County Park, and the largely residential historic district surrounding the Casa Grande. Cinnabar, a bright red mercury ore, was used by the Ohlone people for paint, but the settlers soon saw its potential to produce quicksilver. The first settler to find the mine was Secundino Robles, who discovered it in 1824 and later owned shares in the mine along with his brother. Andres Castillero, a captain in the Mexican army, obtained a grant to the mine in 1846, but, occupied with his military duties during the Mexican War, soon sold it to Barron, Forbes Company, an English textile firm based in Tepic, Mexico. It was named Nuevo Almaden by Alexander Forbes. Castillero's mining claim was confirmed by the Board of Commissioners that evaluated private land claims in California on January 8, 1856, but there was continued litigation in the district court, the United States versus Andres Castillero. A claim of fraud was made on behalf of the Quicksilver Mining Company, which had acquired a competing land claim originating in an agricultural claim to the land the mine was on. On appeal to the Supreme Court of the United States, the claim was found invalid in a decision rendered March 10, 1863. One of the competing land claims was Rancho Los Capitan-Silos. The mine is named for a mercury mine in Almaden, Spain, which had operated since at least Roman times. The term Almaden, meaning the mine, is derived from the Arabic language. The hacienda along Alamitos Creek was developed into an attractive showplace. It was the gateway to the mines that lay in the hills a half-mile down the tree-lined Almaden Road. The hacienda included Casa Grande, the manager's imposing residence, as well as neat rows of cottages owned by the company and rented to supervisory personnel for a nominal fee. Casa Grande was constructed in 1854 under the direction of the mine's general manager, Henry Halleck, who used the building until 1920 as a personal and official residence for the New Almaden Mining Company. John McLaren, of Golden Gate Park fame, assisted in designing the 5 acres of formerly landscaped grounds around the house, which included a picturesque lagoon. A 2-teacher school was built in the 1860s on a flat near Casa Grande. Enrollment came chiefly from the hacienda along with some children from nearby ranches. One of the oldest buildings in the district is the Carson-Purim adobe, built between 1848 and 1850 by Mexican miners, and later the home of George Carson, the mine company bookkeeper, postmaster, telegraph operator, and Wells Fargo agent. Constance Purim lived in the adobe house for many years and established a private museum there in 1949, the collections of which were purchased in 1983 by Santa Clara County. In 1863, acting on information that title to the mine had not been proven, Abraham Lincoln attempted to seize the mine, but the federal agent and deputy federal marshal were met at the mine gates by armed miners. Mindful of the possibility of losing the loyalty of California during the Civil War, the federal government backed off, and Barron, Forbes Company, was allowed to sell it to American investors for $1.75 million. The mine and its villages flourished under the 20-year directorship of James Randall, who took over as general manager in 1870 when Butterworth retired. Under Randall's orderly discipline, the community became a mining town unlike any other in the state, somewhat resembling a beneficent feudal society. The residents' health, wealth, Cultural and social lives were taken care of by company-sponsored organizations that the progressive but authoritarian Randall set up. After his retirement in 1892, the mine began to decline. Ore yield dropped off by more than half by the turn of the century. In 1912, the Quicksilver Mining Company declared bankruptcy and closed the mine. The hill camps became deserted, with only a few old-timers staying on in the company houses along the creek at the hacienda. In 1970, the county of Santa Clara purchased the hills area for development as a county park. It was also the inspiration for the creation of a county historic district zoning ordinance to assure preservation of the mining town. In 1997, the new Almaden Quicksilver Mining Museum was established in Casa Grande. The museum exhibits the collection of Constance Purim, showing blacksmith workings, the history of Mercury mining, and the lifestyles of mining communities at New Almaden. The entrances to the mines are closed off. After being identified as a superfund site and after subsequent containment activities, the mining area can now be visited as part of the Santa Clara County Almaden Quicksilver County Park. It was declared a National Historic Landmark in 1961. By the time Santa Clara County bought the mines in 1976 and ended operations, 1.5 million flasks, totaling 84 million pounds of mercury, had been extracted. Almaden Quicksilver County Park is a 4,000-acre park that includes the grounds of former mercury mines. The park's elevation varies greatly. The most used entrances are less than 600 feet above sea level, while the highest point in the park is over 1,700 feet. During the coldest storms of the winter season, it is not uncommon for the high summits to receive a light dusting of snow, which usually melts by noon. The park is owned and managed by the County of Santa Clara, and its grounds also include the Guadalupe Reservoir. Adjacent to the park is the Almaden Reservoir. In the period 1976 to 1978, the county developed a number of new large parks in rapid succession, including Grant Ranch Park, Sanborn Park, and Almaden Quicksilver County Park. Very soon after buying the mining property in 1976, Santa Clara County began planning for park usage, in an era where the county parks program was aggressively expanding. The county parks director envisioned a historic park where visitors could experience the mining past and also enjoy the biodiversity of the natural setting. Facilities plans were created, and an environmental impact report was prepared. The new Almaden Quicksilver Mining Museum is located in the Casa Grande. It's an 1854 revival-style mansion designed and built by architect Francis Myers, was the official residence and office of the mine's superintendents, as well as a country retreat for wealthy mine investors. The mansion now serves as the site of the new Almaden Quicksilver Mining Museum, which contains exhibits about the history of mercury mining and the cultural history of the mining communities at New Almaden. The exhibits include a mine diorama of the interior of a mine shaft, mining equipment and technology, a mine manager's office with period displays and artifacts from the Cornish and Mexican miners. Mining operations resulted in mercury pollution of the Guadalupe River and South San Francisco Bay, impacting birds and aquatic species. In 2005, the responsible parties, which include private companies and local government agencies, agreed to a legal settlement of approximately $6.7 million for restoration projects. And the California Department of Fish and Wildlife and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service issued an environmental restoration plan for the area in 2008. Have you been to the park or museum? Maybe you've been on one of the many trails that lead to mining history relics of the past? Leave me a comment and let me know. Be sure to like, share this video, and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. And as always, happy trails!